You know that moment. Your cat walks into the room, looks straight at you, and then just pauses. Not meowing, not doing anything dramatic, just waiting. Most people glance at their cat and think, oh, they're just being weird again. But here's the truth. That moment, that quiet pause, that might be the most important thing your cat does all day, because your cat isn't just standing there, they're waiting for you to do something that could completely change their entire life. And the strange part? Almost nobody realizes what it is. Section 1. The biggest cat myth and why it's wrong. Here's what most cat owners believe. Cats are independent. They don't really need us like dogs do. Now look, cats are independent, but that doesn't mean they don't depend on you. In fact, modern house cats are in a very unusual position. Unlike dogs, who evolved to work with humans, cats evolved as solo hunters, which means emotionally, instinctively, and psychologically. They're wired to hide their needs. So instead of begging, instead of whining, instead of showing obvious affection, they wait, quietly, watching, trying to figure out, is this human safe enough, predictable enough, to connect with? And this is where most owners miss it. Section 2. The silent test. Your cat runs every day. Here's what most cat owners don't realize. Your cat is constantly running a silent test, every single day, not once, not twice, hundreds of times. It happens in small moments, when they enter the room and look at you, when they sit near you but not on you, when they slow, blink, and wait, when they approach, then suddenly stop. To you it feels random, to them, it's everything. Because in the wild, a wrong interaction could mean danger, so cats evolved to do something incredibly intelligent. They don't give trust. They build it slowly, through repeated signals. And one of the most important signals they look for is this. Do you respond to them when they reach out quietly? Section 3. The one thing your cat is waiting for. So what exactly is your cat waiting for? It's not food. It's not toys. It's not even attention in the way most people think. Your cat is waiting for this. Recognition. Not just seeing them, but acknowledging them in a way they understand. Let me explain. Cats communicate in very subtle ways. A slow blink, a soft tail movement, a small shift in posture, sitting just within your space, but not too close. These are not random. These are invitations, tiny ones, easy to miss. And when you ignore them, nothing dramatic happens. Your cat doesn't complain. They don't get angry. They just learn something. They learn, this human doesn't speak my language, and over time, they stop trying. Section 4. What happens when you miss it? The hidden cost. Now you might be thinking, but my cat seems fine. They eat, sleep, play, and yeah, on the surface they are. But here's where it gets really interesting. Cats don't measure happiness the way we do. They measure it through safety, predictability, connection. And when those subtle signals go unanswered, your cat doesn't become sad in an obvious way. Instead, they become more distant, less expressive, less affectionate, slightly more anxious. This is why some cats seem cold or independent. Not because they are, but because they slowly learned reaching out doesn't work. Section 5. The small action that changes everything. Now here's the part your cat has been waiting for. The one thing that changes everything. You responding in their language. And the craziest part? It takes less than 3 seconds. Let's break it down. 1. The slow blink. When your cat looks at you and slowly blinks, don't just stare back. Do this. Slowly blink back at them. This mimics the exact signal cats use with each other to say, I trust you. And when you do it, Your cat understands it instantly. 2. Acknowledging their presence. When your cat enters the room and pauses, don't ignore it. Just look at them gently, nod slightly, or say their name softly. That's it. To you, it feels like nothing. To your cat, it's recognition. It tells them, I see you. You matter here. 3. Letting them approach first. Here's a mistake most owners make. They see their cat nearby and immediately reach out. But cats don't like forced interaction. So instead, wait. Let them close the gap. That final step they take, that's the moment of trust. And when you respect that, your cat becomes more confident, more affectionate, and more relaxed. Section 6. Why this matters so much, the evolutionary reason. Now, this surprised me when I first learned it. Cats aren't just reacting to you emotionally. They're reacting instinctively. In ancient environments, cats survived by avoiding unnecessary risk, reading subtle body language, trusting only predictable patterns. So when you consistently respond to them in calm, predictable ways, your cat's brain does something powerful. It reclassifies you, not just as a provider, but as part of their safe environment. Almost like another cat in their territory. And this changes everything, because once a cat feels that level of safety, they don't just tolerate you, they bond with you, deeply. Section 7. The moment most owners miss. There's one moment in particular that almost nobody talks about, and it happens all the time. Your cat walks near you, pauses, and then turns away. Most people think, oh, they changed their mind. But that's not what happened. That was a test, a very small one. Your cat was checking. Will you react? Will you reach? Will you notice? And when nothing happens, they leave. Not because they didn't want connection, but because they didn't feel invited. Section 8. A simple daily shift that feels huge to your cat. Here's the good news. You don't need more time. You don't need expensive toys. You don't need to change your routine. All you need is this. Awareness in small moments. Start noticing. When your cat enters the room, when they pause near you, when they look at you briefly, when they slow, blink. And respond gently. That's it. No overthinking, no forcing, just small, consistent signals. Because to your cat, those moments are not small at all. They're everything. And here's the part that really changes how you see your cat. Your cat might only live 12, 15, maybe 20 years. But for them, you are their entire world. Every room they walk into, every quiet moment, every small glance. They're not being random. They're waiting for you to notice, to respond, to understand them. And now, every time your cat walks into the room and pauses, you'll realize something most people never do. They weren't being weird. They were reaching out. So I'm curious. What's one small thing your cat does that you used to ignore, but now suddenly makes sense? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you made it this far, you understand something most people never will. Cats aren't just pets. They're complex, emotional, intelligent beings. Tap the video on your screen to keep learning the secret language of cats. And subscribe to Cat Class, because understanding your cat changes everything.